get hit by rats for 4 damage at a time.
David, looks like you're doing the recap.
Again?
Did you do it last
That was
week?
one badass rat.
Alright.
Did you do it last
So,
week?
I did the week before that.
Oh, yeah, well, that's life.
Alright, let's see if I can remember. If I remember correctly, last week we started off with... We finished nighttime activity. So, we started off with trying to go do our jobs for the day. Things went pretty well. Rebecca didn't even have to do work. She just hung out with the cook and the person who runs the quartermaster.
Did not hang out with the quartermaster. Well, I guess as one of her actions, she messed around with her. Yeah.
As they were just using all of the leftover turtles to basically just cheat and not have to do much that day.
All those poor turtles.
Literally
Our
like
poor
3.
king over here attempted to influence Jaundice Japes, and
That's not true.
no, he tried to influence someone, and it went very poorly. It resulted in a fist fight.
Come on, you gotta try a little bit harder than that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do a great job on this recap, I can already tell. We had also this session we were able to use friendly NPCs that we'd influenced, which Lavinia had 0. They went fairly smoothly until at the end of the workday we had discovered that I did not get enough sleep for this. That underneath in the bilges, this poor kid that Lavinia has never met, got scratched up real good by something underneath. And most of us volunteered. A few of us were volunteered to go down and see what we could find. We were given permission to cast spells so that none of us died, as we are short-handed, and the captain would not be pleased with having to find these lost crew members. Upon coming down, we found these large rats. Don't believe anyone's identified them yet. No, Rebecca identified them. They're dire rats. And so far, we're a few rounds into combat, and things have not gone well for everyone. The not been great rolls going so far. That's what I remember from last week.
Okay. I'm not gonna give you the point for it. I'm gonna give
No.
you the reroll. But good try. The man that got punched out was Cog.
I remember Cog got punched out, but that's not who he was talking to.
That's
I
exactly
remember
who he was talking to.
Yeah, he was talking to Cog. At one point, Jacob misspoke and said Japes, but he meant Cog, and there was a bit of confusion in that conversation. I know that happened. I remember that conversation, but
Oh.
yeah, Linelise tried to influence Japes. Didn't roll very well.
There's also some influencing with Mahim.
Yes. Where she did actually roll well. And And Mahim did his typical silent act, and Lynn just was like, yeah, that's a pretty impressive resolve you got there. The silent act.
But you know, I think we can start from top of initiative. Start with these rotating rats. Gonna continue to try and attack Lavina. A little bit of cover. Nice.
You're that rotating rat.
If Rebecca gets hit. Like the answer is no. Haven?
I think what Ava would do in this situation is trying to remember. Could I move an ally out of force move an ally out of a space?
No.
And if I can, would that provoke? No. Okay.
I think it's a reposition combat maneuver.
That's for enemies.
I mean, nothing says you can't bunch your teammates.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there is something that says that.
I mean, I am allowed to sunder my teammates' weapons. It's poor form, but
Technically, there's no rule that says you can't.
All right. Nah, I think instead.
You can attempt to reposition a foe. Specifies foe. An enemy being moved by a reposition does not provoke an attack of opportunity. You notice I'm seeing a theme here. They keep bringing up people you're fighting. You can't use this maneuver to move a foe into a space that is intrinsically dangerous, such as a pit or wall of fire.
all right. So we just have to all agree that Rebecca's an enemy now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was
This
a
is
light.
clearly the answer. Yeah, Rebecca, we're treating you as a foe for the purposes of this particular movement.
We got to be real. We count as a foe for all effects till the end of combat, just to be fair.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Getting back into it. I think instead he would probably just go full support at this point and cure light wounds Rebecca. So yeah, a bit of flavor. He kind of breathes the same healing mist into his hand and kind of washes it over Rebecca's head. Did it? Yeah. Okay. It targeted her. Good. And it just kind of cures her wounds. Oh, cat, you're rocking my desk. Thank you. She heals too.
Nice.
Not a lot, but it works.
Well, given how much damage the rats tend to deal, that's still pretty good.
This rat will continue to try and attack Lavina. I got fortitude save.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm good.
Nice. I wouldn't make assumptions though. It bites into you, so you're distracted. Num 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 num. I am under the impression that Rebecca would be taking off at this point.
Yep.
Who the fuck are you to say yup?
Well, does seem to fit. How she has behaved.
She's gonna end up over here.
That's rather presumptuous of you.
Alright.
Imagine there's some yelling.
So it is difficult terrain, right?
Literally everything is.
Yeah. That's 10. This would, no, not that. This would be 20. So get over there. The rat does not have cover. She is going to take a swing at that rat with her cleaver from the kitchen. Huzzah.
Nice.
So literally, takes a couple steps over, avoiding the corpses of the rats, including the one that's head is pretty much chopped off after it bit her arm and she hacked at it with the cleaver. And then a few steps over, lifts up the cleaver again. This weapon not look like it's the sort of weapon she's necessarily used to using. Probably makes sense, given a tool from the kitchen. But she swings it down and and buries it into the base of the head of that rat before pulling it free. And that'll be it for her.
Was a extremely recoverable hatchetberry attack.
All right. So we are going to light my gauntlet in golden light, as is befitting Lavina's heritage, and she is going to pivot on the spot and see if she cannot attack the next rotating rat next to her. So finally getting used to fighting in this water, she manages to land a hit.
Nice.
Block it right on the side of its muzzle.
Is magic applying twice?
Yeah, that's what I was about to
It's
ask. It looks
magic,
like it's
magic.
applying twice.
How-
I have a feeling he just already had it on.
I just removed it. um,
Did you click the button twice? Because that's the only other option.
might have been lag on my end. Who knows? That'll be my turn.
Nice. King's gonna frickin' punch this rat next to him a couple times. Oh, I got a crit.
But isn't it, he's staggered though? He can't hit twice.
I don't think he is anymore.
He's still
Yeah,
staggered.
he's still sitting at he's still sitting at 10.
Yeah.
10 damage.
No one's healed him yet.
Shit, you're right. It's
I don't even know if we we know that he was in a fist fight yet. Actually, no, he probably looks pretty bad, but
looks like he's been in a fist fight. Come on.
yeah.
Perfect. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted. Did you see that bullshit right there? I untargeted so that it would throw the crit out. It was like, okay, if I untarget, it's not gonna do a crit. Cool. And then I retarget and it does the crit. Fuck you, game. Cool. Moving on. Rat's gonna fight back. Rough.
Ooh. Oh! Okay. I thought it was confirmed.
A fortitude save from him.
How the mighty king has fallen.
Haven.
That's what he gets for calling himself king.
And at least sees the guy called King fall, and it's like,
Alright, so
I like actively have an interest in putting the majority of the people, like the majority of the characters in this game in their place. Because a lot of you are just playing people I would call cunts.
I mean, that is a personality type.
It is not a personality type.
Then you
Oh,
know a lot of people who are far better than the people that I know.
man, I
Or
made a character who I wouldn't make in most games I play because this is this is a campaign where playing someone evil
necessarily evil, just
who wants to be a pirate, you know, an evil person who wants to be a pirate. That's what I made.
well, Avid's gonna 10-foot step into here, into combat, dagger out. And he's gonna take a swing at the weakest looking rat, which would be a 5.
That rat.
Make sure I'm using the melee for dagger and not throwing.
call. Though, you know, throwing it wasn't a terrible idea.
No.
Throw the dagger in melee.
Get that damn dirty rat.
Get the
Now,
worst of both worlds.
The worst of.
boom. Yep,
Nice.
he
Hey,
brings
only one
dagger,
rat left.
brings dagger down Michael Myers style and hit it right right at the back of the deck. And down it goes.
Cool.
Hmm.
Rat that's still up is going to try and attack Avon. Fortitude?
Yep, sure thing. Nope. Nice. I didn't even realize Wasting 3 was downloading in the background. Oof.
Okay. End of the rat's turn. Not even going to do anything with Rebecca at this point.
Alright. Annalise, move up. Get right up on that rat. Get a big ol' swing at that rat. Last rotating rat. Swing in with her cleaver. And rat. This is a wily rat, and she's approaching. She both and it's just swinging. She both slips on some of the bilge water, and the rat manages to skid her to the side. And so she clanks against the ship's hull instead, and with a glancing blow to the hull, and no blow to the rat.
We're taking on water.
I
It
hope
wasn't-
the hull's not that thin.
It wasn't that kind of blow. And the rat sort of hisses at her, and her mouth opens a bit wider, and then there's like a sort of like hissing back, as the fangs all, as the sort of teeth all show and it matches the rat. I might have missed, but I'm way scarier than you, rat.
All right. With Lenelise missing, I'm gonna see if I can't steal the glory of another kill. I'm just gonna wind up a nice old haymaker and see if I can't finish this rat off.
It would be convenient, wouldn't it?
It would be nice if you could finish off the rat.
Use the force, Lavina.
This would work better if it would let me target. That's odd.
That dirty rat.
I don't know if this rat's
No.
any dirtier than your average rat.
It would help if I was trying to roll the attack at it instead of a random d20.
It worked. It was an attack.
I've been just picking up the d20 and trying to roll it at the
Draw-
rat there for a moment.
If it makes you feel any better, we didn't know about that until you told us.
Because we weren't seeing it.
Oh yeah, it wasn't rolling at all, but I catch it on the other side of its muzzle with a haymaker, and it just isn't quite enough. Didn't get that angle just right.
And for a lot of people, I would say, King would just relax, but he's unconscious for some reason at this point.
Oh, because he's got he has more non-lethal than he has hit points.
I know that. I know the mechanics of it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jacob. I'm sorry.
It was fluff.
Yeah, got it.
He gets scratched by a rat and immediately faints
Yeah.
under the water, so there's just bubbles coming up and a gurgling noise.
No, he falls against the back of the ship, the aft. Is that the aft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The opportunity to watch someone drown in 6 inches of water, it was gonna be great.
The opportunity had presented itself.
Nice.
This guy.
Oh, terrible. All right, so following up with Lavina's little fist, Ava's gonna take his dagger and try to shank the rat.
Well, you could move to flank.
Yeah,
Oh
but
wait, you can't. Never mind. Sorry, it's
I'd
difficult terrain.
provoke.
Right, I forgot.
Yeah, I don't want to provoke here. So, dagger out. Nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, with that, he with Lavina's fist, the rat's neck is now wide open as he goes in and stabs it good. The rat falls over with a weak little pent.
Is this
And
your
turns
guys'
to-
first time having to kill a rat pack with daggers and cleavers?
Yes.
Unique experience. And only some of you
Achievement
failed
unlocked.
your fortitude saves.
Time to
Yep.
see if some of us time to see if we can survive rat fever.
Filth fever.
There
I
don't
have
seem to be
faith
any
in your
other like
ability
giant rats around here, so probably you're good.
Annalise is going to use one of her cures light wounds on herself.
Yeah. Something worthy of note that the swabs in the group would know immediately is that there are a couple bilge spiders up above. They seem to be quiet right now, but normally that's scary. A twist for that is they're scavengers. So probably if you just leave the giant rats alone, there won't be any problems with the bilge spiders today.
Yeah, but Lindley is of the. We should take these up, show them to the, show them to Mr. Plug, Master Scourge, proof that we dealt with them.
Let's take one. Leave the rest for the spiders.
It was asked of us to see if we could use them as food for the ship. Save on I mean, who's gonna say no to free meat on a ship?
Yeah. Annalise also is going to look at Lavina, look at Rebecca. She's not really paying too much attention to King, despite King being sort of unconscious against the wall.
Rebecca would tell you that like they can't use rat meat in the meals.
So we can leave the rats then.
They have too
Besides, who would
many
want to eat
diseases on
these
them.
diseased?
Yeah.
Who'd want to
Yeah.
eat these disease-ridden vermin, anyways?
And
People who don't
the
know they're disease-ridden vermin because it's mystery meat.
the end of the Annalise is also going to look at Avon. Do you have any more? Do you have any more healing?
I do, but since it seems like things have calmed, I figured we could just carry him, let the ship's doctor take the rest, take care of it. But I suppose that would be a bit troubling trying to climb him up the stairs, so I'll go ahead and give him my last spell. I'll go ahead and cure light wounds on
Oh,
King.
that wasn't what she meant.
What did she mean then?
and more healing the others. She sort of looks at Lavina and Rebecca, who both like King just looks like King like dropped unconscious, but he didn't really take any. But he just got like a little nick from a rat and then fell unconscious. Whereas the others have like some bleeding rat, like some big old bleeding rat bites. She's like,
I mean, if
I meant more
you're
the
I mean,
others.
I'm still
realistically,
recovering from those dagger wounds.
realistically, if you look at the way like damage is scaled in Pathfinder, none of your bites actually look worse than others, with the exception of like a critical.
I still got dagger wounds. Does that count?
Do you?
Annalise will. She is going to. You know, the funny thing is, actually, she actually looks at you guys, looks up, notices there's no one here, and then actually laughs. First time, all of us who have been in this unfortunate situation are alone and can talk.
And let's be fair, it's only half of you, and one of you's unconscious.
Oh, I'm yeah. I meant the Rebecca. Okay, I meant this. Yeah. But she is going to heal Lavina.
Well, Annalise, if you're willing to carry King up the ladder, I can go ahead and give Rebecca a bit of healing. She did suffer quite a bit from those rats.
And she will over at King. Yeah.
Or we could
Yeah.
always just leave him with
Yeah,
the spider
I got
hole.
this.
Rebecca
No, he
would
did
definitely
fight. We're not going to leave him to be eaten by the spiders.
I'll admit it would be kind of funny for a guy who named himself King to wind up spider chow.
And Linalise will also say to Lavina, "You fought well. Positive
Just
victim."
another victim who decided to oppose me.
At that, Linalise sort of looks, sort of like shrugs. will go over. She will heft up King.
Let's just hope we don't have to do any more fighting today. I'm all tapped out. And a dagger I can only get one so far.
Right. But while we're here, this is going to say, while we're all here, I believe none of us are happy with the situation on the ship right now.
Well, so long as the officers retain the power to hold everyone in line, there's nothing to do.
But what if they didn't have the power to hold everyone in line? What if that power was suddenly broken?
There's, there
Well, then
may,
they'd be at the
there
mercy
may,
of whoever gained the power.
there may be an opportunity in the future, and to take advantage of that, we need friends. I've spoken to Avon before, and also spoken to a few of the others. We are certainly not alone in disliking this situation. Isn't what I signed up for.
I was rather forced on this situation myself.
I think we can all agree that the opportunity presents itself. A change might be in order, and if we work together on it, we have a higher chance of succeeding.
And those magic fists of yours would come in handy in the future, Lavina.
Fine, but don't expect me to stick with it if things go south. I'm not dying for your power grab.
I don't plan to die for any power grab. If I did, it'd be because I wasn't strong enough to take it and didn't deserve it. And with that, Linalise is going to pick up King, heft him over her shoulders in a sort of like fireman carry thing over one of her shoulders, and is going to attempt to go back up the ladder carrying King.
And as disgusting as it might seem, Avon's going to take his dagger and chop off one of the ears of each of the rats as proof of our fight.
Okay. You can have a bunch of rat ears, bunch of left rat ears or something.
Yeah.
Linalise will look over at Lavina as she's going up and say, you should grab at least one. It's proof. Show them. Spiders can eat the rest. And then she's going to finish carrying King up the ladder.
Perfect. I'll take the ears as proof of how many we fought, and someone can carry a body as proof of how big they are.
Yeah.
Can't imagine Master Scourge believing that giant rats have somehow found its way into the bilge.
Yeah, unless we show them.
Yeah.
Which is why we're going to take one of them up. If no one actually grabs a rat after Lavina basically drops after Linalise basically drops King, the others come up. If no one has if Lavina brought up a rat, Linalise will go back down and get a rat and carry the rat up.
I'm not carrying just filthy rodents. It's below me.
I'll take care of it then.
Says
Okay.
someone who's literally a slave.
Hey man, ego's a stupid thing.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds like Lindley's gets to carry a rat body and a human body back up.
Oh, Avon's going to carry the rat. Since Lavina doesn't, he wants to at least, he wants to pitch in, even if Lavina doesn't.
I did my job. I killed the things.
We killed the things.
Then Elise
Whatever.
would note, I killed the most of the things.
Debatable.
She did kill at least 3 of them. Because every
but
time she hit, one died.
You can't possibly expect Avon to openly admit that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we all have our climbing order down.
Yep. And Little Lisa's gonna go drop. Basically, if she's taking King up, she go drop King on a bed that she's on a bed that she knows doesn't belong to one of the people that she is actually acquainted with. She doesn't know which bed King is on. It's just gonna drop King on a bed.
There's like 30 people on the ship. If you want to know where his bed is, you can. People, you go to the same spot every night.
Okay.
So we go ahead and just.
She will drop King on his bed.
Cool.
After checking King. No, she's not gonna check King's body for stuff. Oh no, but now I'm tempted because she might. But no, she probably wouldn't. She wouldn't. This just was a funny idea.
Avon wouldn't, just on account of the fact that he don't want to become some monk's target.
She doesn't want to be messed with either. That's the thing. So she did pay attention. Stealing is bad. Stealing has a very bad outcome. She knows she is not stealthy. Yeah, so she'll drop King back on his bed, and I guess we head back up, and along with Avon and Lavina and Rebecca, she'll head up and, Master Scourge, Mr. Plug, we have dealt with the rats, and gesture towards Avon, who is carrying one of the rats. How Avon is carrying it in my mental image. It's like dangling it by its tail, but just because it's funny. But how is Avon carrying the rat?
Body bag style. Slumped over the shoulder.
You.
There were a bunch of giant rats.
I will
They have
say
been
he's
dealt
got his...
with, and everybody survived.
And as she says that, Avon just kind of throws it down on the deck in front of everyone.
Rat goes splat.
After giving everyone a few moments to murmur about the rats, seems to not be like particularly uncommon. It's just gossip about who killed what. Mr.
He also
Plug
drops the ears on the ground next to the rat as proof of how many of the number.
Mr. Plug looks over at you, Avon, and says, "Well, I think it's time we get rid of them then, isn't it?" And he gestures like with his hand back towards the port of the ship. Throw it over. Get back to work.
Yes, sir.
And Lise resumes her deck swabbing, because that's what she was on today. Resumes doing a very good job, because this was when she rolled like the 23. She rolled a 19 for 23 on swabbing the deck.
see. With your encounter experience, brings you guys up to not that much.
As expected, it was just a bunch of rats.
Not a super high XP encounter. Hey, we had combat.
Hey, that was the equivalent of like a little over a third of your experience right there. There was, and everyone was involved in it. Like, there was some stuff that Claire knew about this encounter because she's played this before. And like, I know she wouldn't. I love that she made a character that wouldn't bring it up, so I couldn't bring it up. But we can do nighttime actions now, and I want to say we started with riggers, which means for our nighttime actions we'll be starting with swaps. So, Linelise, if we're going to be having order to things, you're up first. You're the earliest in the night.
Right. And we need to have our rum, right?
Yeah, everyone needs to do rum stuff. King's not going to be having an action today. I'll be recovering.
He's a recovering punchaholic.
Yeah,
And again,
punchaholic.
He probably
punch,
would
punch.
recover. I don't know what he would do. I'm gonna have Rebecca influence someone, but we can wait until we get up to Cook's mate for that. What's Linelise doing? Oh, I guess we do need a couple more rolls here, don't we? A couple more fortitudes.
Rebecca's been stealthing the last 3 days, I think.
She didn't stealth the last day.
Oh.
So I'm gonna have her roll for it again. But she's healthy. Healthy now. I think that's why she stopped. She doesn't have the con damage.
That makes sense.
Nice.
Then I guess we roll our d4s.
Yes. D4 is for everybody.
Okay, it's not too bad.
Woohoo for alchemical bonuses. Alright, so Linelise is going to continue with her what has been her habit the last few nights of telling some great stories. Today, for the crew, today she will tell the riveting account of how a band of this time it's not going to be sagas regarding her grandfather. Today it's going to be the riveting account of how a bold group of people ventured forth into the bowels of a ship to a bunch of really nasty rats. A bit grandiose and painting everyone as valiant. Well, painting everybody, mostly everybody, as valiant warriors.
Nice.
Even Rebecca, because Rebecca did try to fight. She just really wasn't good at it.
Give me a perform.
Right. So she has the +2 circumstance from yesterday's, and then the +2 additional from the bonus. From the rum. So,
Yep.
here we go. Oh. Oh.
It was a fine story.
Yep. And so she sort of finishes telling the story, goes and makes some little conversation with a few of the others who she's talked to a bit. Sort of hangs out afterward. That's it for her action, though. There's definitely some boasting of slaying many rats. That'll be it for her.
Nice. I know that like Rebecca's probably gonna influence someone tonight, but I'm not gonna do her action for her. So I'll talk to Claire some point this week, sometime in the next few days about that, and we can fill in her actions where applicable. And maybe she'll have enough time to watch this video. Maybe she'll be listening to me say this sometime in the near future. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, that's a cool thing about the fact that you record all these is that if you miss a session, you can actually watch it and find out what you missed.
That was pretty sweet. Until you're watching it and we're talking about watching it.
I know I've actually rewatched a couple of the Kingmaker ones just because I enjoyed them and I was reliving the enjoyment of playing it.
That's fair. I watch some of the videos every now and then if I need to catch up on some information that hasn't been around long or I want to double check. What are Lavina and Avon doing tonight?
Lavina,
I'm
you
gonna make
go
a
first.
bold decision choice.
Oh.
I'm going to attempt to make a friend.
Oh.
Dun dun dun. Are you really gonna make a friend, or are you gonna not really make a friend?
I'm gonna try.
I don't like the way you're saying it.
I mean, you never know. She doesn't normally talk to the hired help.
You're not even hired help, you're abducted help.
There are legitimately people that have the same job as you that chose to be here, so by virtue of that, I would say they are better than you.
It's a birth thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to my least favorite NPC,
Some people are
Conchavar.
born with, and some people are born without a stick in their ass.
Wait, so she's gonna try to befriend Conchabar?
Why is everyone talking
Right.
to Conchavar? Do you guys get the mechanical benefits of a friendship? It, if everyone likes the same person, it's less beneficial. But yes, go talk to Conchavar. He's a busy man, as always.
Hey man, that's metagaming. Besides, it's the only other NPC that I interact with on a semi-regular basis for work.
Is it because he has
Well, that
nicer
is
clothes than you? No? Okay. Yeah,
Let's
you
see.
can, you can go find Conchabar. He's always busy. He's always got people around him. I'm sure there's at least a few with him.
So I'll pull up a barrel. And I imagine Conchabar is regaling with his wonderful tales like he always does. Or he's womanizing, one of the two.
Way to throw him into a box. I mean,
That's
realistically,
that's what Lavina would think.
Conchavar, he does everything that he can to be a big part of the conversation, but he lets other people speak. It's not just about his stories. He shows genuine interest for those around him.
Lavina is shocked that a halfling is capable of such things.
Right, he's not a halfling.
Oh, he's a gnome, isn't he? He's even
Yeah.
worse.
You racist.
Super.
Oh God. At least you're not a heightist.
Sure. So, I'll go over to the gnome. I'll sit down and I'll go. You know, for all of our time that we work next to each other, I don't think we've ever actually spoken at length. I think I should remedy that. The name is Lavina. Nice to meet you.
Hmm.
And she'll hold out her hand.
Okay, you see him turn around, eye you up and down, almost like he's looking at like an exotic meal, or maybe an exotic animal. Those looks can be confused. I get it. Um, and he like leans his cane hand back, and like goes to grab your hand, Lavina. And if you let him, um, he'll hold it there for a moment and say, Conchabar, Tulit Shortstone, at your service. And he'll lean in to kiss it.
I'll allow it. So, Conchabar, tell me a bit about yourself. I would love to know the tale behind such an interesting man.
I would not want to be gloating about myself, my lady. I'm sure you have many more interesting stories than me.
I do have some interesting tales of when I was in the Andorian Navy.
The Andorians, such a graceful people, especially at sea.
They do have quite a good sense of meritocracy built in. Unlike the Chilaxians, who are all just who's who, and that decides what position you get. Makes for sloppy sailors. So she'll proceed to kind of like trade tales with him about her sailing experience.
Yeah? Yeah, you want to give me a bluff check?
Yep.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay. You tell a very convincing lie when it comes to you being part of the Avadaran Navy. And Conchabar goes along throughout the night kind of explaining to you how he's been a pirate almost since birth. He was actually born on a ship, and telling you about his adventures on over like a dozen different pirate ships that he's been a part of.
Hmm. Look at that, I've made a friend.
Now if you do want to influence him, this would
Make a
be
diplomacy.
I wanted the first bluff check for your lie. Uh so if you want to give me an influence check, you can either do that off of diplomacy or bluff.
Bluff. I would
Okay.
never lower myself to being friends with a gnome. Oh, that's garbage.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, you
See, this
just
is why I
rolled
just make enemies.
you just rolled the wrong number. Why would you do that? Why you gotta go and make things so complicated?
Did she fail by so much that she would make him hostile?
I just wanted to slip a little Katy Perry in there.
Oh, okay.
Because it's simple. Lavina couldn't make friends if she wanted to. Her
Like, Lavina,
personality is abrasive at best.
Lavina's roles and Linalise's roles tonight have been similar in quality.
Yeah, you have lowered your friend Conchabar's opinion of you.
Ah, it's great, you know. It's just that streak of I have to be better than everyone around me, which requires me to denigrate one of his stories. Naturally. That's my night action.
Now the only one with a neutral that Conchabar has a neutral opinion of is Lysandel. Or Lenelise, sorry.
Oh yeah, Lenelise has actually never talked to him.
That's fine. Not everyone needs to talk to the same guy.
Yeah.
You have unique relationships with people.
I have the best relationships with people. They're called enemies.
You might actually. You have the second worst relationships with people.
Give it time. I'll take the crown from King.
Is it King who has the worst relationships?
Yeah.
I mean, he did start a fist fight on his first day here. No,
He's been here. He just this is his first. That was his first influence. Well, actually,
Yeah,
no. That wasn't. Yeah, that was his second influence. Because his first one was trying to get stuff from Grok.
right, yeah. His second influence, he caused a fist fight because he kept complaining all the time.
And pissed Cog off.
Yeah.
For some reason, I get this like strong early 2000s rap vibe from King when it comes to like his attitude towards people.
Early 2000s. Oh god, yeah. Early 2000s rapper vibe.
Nice.
Okay, let's move on over to Avian.
As for my nighttime action, I am going to. You know, I feel like we need some. I feel like we need to get some wealth going. So I'm going to try to see if I could challenge one of the slightly weaker crew members to a arm wrestle. Preferably someone around my strength, if not lower.
Oh, okay, you're just scouting.
Yeah, would scout, see if I can find someone who would be willing.
Okay.
Someone who might be.
Fine, give me a perception check.
Alrighty.
Or actually, give me an appraise check.
An appraise. Okay.
A good old appraise.
There you go. I got a -1.
Okay.
It's one of the first times I've ever seen
interesting.
appraise used.
You decide that Phipps is a pretty good looking opponent. You think you could take him on?
Sure, let's go for it. I put my 3 copper on the line.
Phipps will match you.
Nice.
Let me put a pirate on the combat tracker.
Out of curiosity, Jacob, is it okay to have Lenelise observe?
Yeah, you
after
can watch.
her storytelling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no problem with that.
Alright, so she's nearby.
Oh yeah, because did you challenge Phipps or Jace to a rest?
Oh no, she ended up in a thing with Cog, and this was one of the first nights, and she didn't challenge, she just put out a challenge.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
To be fair, it was actually a pretty good one. He consistently rolled real well. And
he did.
She didn't roll real well.
That is true.
Because even with her high strength, he also had a pretty good strength.
Okay, we got a pirate. Give me a strength check.
Oh, and Lenelise is going to basically be like, "Yeah, Avon, you got this. Yeah, Avon, you got this." And
Oh, I guess
she's going to.
Oh.
I wasn't. There was a reason I was saying that.
Okay.
She is inspiring you to rage.
Okay. Sorry. Got a little hasty. What does that do for me?
Oh, I will drag it onto you.
Okay.
Okay. Also, you might want to delete bless from us.
Oh yeah, that's right. I never did do that. Yeah, I got you. I'll also go ahead and delete my ice armor. There we go.
Pick off that. I will drag the effect over to you.
And
You become stronger.
and there we go. That should be everyone. Yeah. No more bless. Ooh.
Sounds like a magical
Nice.
effect to me.
Uh there is nothing visually apparent about this. She literally just was like, "Hey, you got this, Avon." Cheering him on.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of skalds make that argument before. Well, not skalds, just mostly bards, but
I mean, if you would rule that this counts, then I don't think she wouldn't do it. But I was under the impression because there's no visual effects from this, just her talking. Like I'm imagining a lot of people in the crowd are cheering for their favorite.
do whatever you think's best.
Ooh.
Guess you need to re-roll, Will.
Yes, I do. Now that I have a bonus. And I roll even worse. What the fuck? Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Hypothetically, Phipps could roll worse than that.
But he doesn't.
It's true he doesn't. Do I need to go over the game again for you, Will?
No, it's a series of contested strength rolls. I believe you need like 3 consecutive in order to win.
Yep.
If I got that right. Yep.
Not consecutive, but you do need to get to an opposing of 3. There's a center point, and there's multiple levels to it.
You need to have 3 more successes than your opponent.
If you succeed by enough, you can also do multiple, I believe.
Yeah, so you're going to lose most of your ground in the initial grapple with Phipps.
Alrighty.
Give me your next one.
My rolls are shit tonight.
That was like
Yeah, lose
8
my-
times better.
Yeah, I see how it is.
And
I
then
call hacks.
Phipps, this is the quickest competition you've seen in a while if you're watching this game. Phipps very quickly after like giving you a moment, pushes your hand down into the glass. You want to roll a D2 plus 1.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And that'll be how much not strength damage. So that's how much damage you'll take. Because of his strength is where I was getting, and he will take your 3 coins.
2 damage. Those are rats.
Wrestling did not go well for you tonight.
No, but there's always next time.
There is.
Little Lisa will go over and basically pat him on the shoulder and be like, Next time you got this.
You got lucky. Those
So
rats.
you aren't
those rats
the
did something.
you aren't the strongest. So
I'm pretty strong
maybe
with just the rats. Those rats did something to my arm. You won't get so lucky.
I do like that he rolled a nat 20. It's like, dang.
Phipps is good at arm wrestling. Turns out. Question is, will there be a rematch tomorrow night?
Dun, dun, dun.
That'll be my nighttime action.
Nice. Okay, and then we're gonna take naps.
Gavin goes to bed. His pride is a little bit more hurt.
Fully healed. Everything restored. If you had
Huzzah.
any stat damage that you are forgetting about, would be the time to go check and see if you need to remove it.
Nope.
All good.
Also good.
And purely for set dressing, I'll roll just to see what Rebecca did, but maybe we'll just hold off. I'll take Rebecca out of the equation. She's still doing her stuff throughout the day. But we'll figure out what that was next week.
Okay.
So we'll go with swabs today. King's back.
Okay.
He looks fine. He was out last night.
All right. I will roll for my daily activity.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, 4. Okay. You're going to be hauling rope and doing knot work today. So that'll be a profession sailor or strength check, followed up by a constitution check.
All right. Well, let's see. What would Lynn-Elise do today?
Actually, you guys can see that?
Oh.
Can you interact with it? Do you want to press a button?
Oh,
We can have you be a
cool.
rat catcher today. So give me stealth, survival, or dexterity.
Oh dear. Oh dear. She's not so good at that. But all right. I'll pin that one. Swab tasks. Take. Lynn-Elise will. Let me just double check and make sure her skills. I believe she has survival. She's very bad at survival. Okay. Yeah, she's going to make a straight dex check. Yeah.
Okay, what's your action?
Oh, wait, not straight stealth dex check. She actually has a bonus to stealth from her. She has a racial bonus to stealth. So,
Nice.
she will work. No, yeah, she will work diligently today.
Okay, that's simple. Oh, I should adjust the calendar for us.
I keep forgetting that she has a racial bonus because her particular type of tiefling has a racial bonus to stealth.
Yep.
All right.
Which means your particular tiefling, if you were to build her differently, could have been very stealthy.
Yeah, she could have been a good rogue. Well, at the very least, that particular stat could have been good. Yeah, she got a 15, so she's going to go and catch some rats. A couple, like before, there's a couple rats that, like, she actually, because of her stealth, she manages to sneak up on some rats. Like, the rats don't quite know what to make of it, and then suddenly lashes out and grabs them. One rat tries to get past her again and caught by the tail. She also goes and catches some, finds a bunch of cockroaches, stomps on.
Nice.
or tossing him off the edge of the ship. And yeah, it's a pretty good day of work for her. Taking care of the little cousins to the giant rats she dealt with yesterday.
Nice. You find a like particularly large, what you thought was a crab at first, but it's actually just some kind of bottom feeder. You had to like crush it as it tried to scuttle away.
Ah. Yep.
I haven't seen one before, but it stops moving if you kick it enough.
Yep. Yeah, she doesn't have any clue what it is. Actually, she can make a knowledge nature check. She's like, "What is this thing?"
It is in the vermin category, so that would work. It's some kind of like cytopod, something that grows really big, really far away from here. It must have been on the boat for a while.
Huh. No. She takes care of all the things she encounters. Gets rid of them. Good day's work.
Nice. Move on to our riggers.
Oh boy.
Are we going to get a list, or are we still just going to roll random?
I think you guys have everything, so I could provide you with the list. Or at least I spoiled the last option. We got even first today, and then
Go. Oh.
hey, mainsail duties
Mainsail.
for Avon, giving us a profession sailor of strength, followed up by constitution, and then for Lavina, we got a little bit of rope work for profession sailor or dexterity. God, excuse.
I think.
Is it just me, or is that like purple text? Is that a little hard on the eyes?
It is. It's. I don't have an issue with it, but it is a little. It is for some reason a little hard against certain parts of the parchment background.
What action you taking, Avon?
I want to sneak, but I don't know any. I'm trying to think of what particular areas that Avid would be interested in discerning. So I could just make a normal check and just explore one area of the ship. What is that like? What are the specifics to that?
What do you mean? What are the specifics?
Like, would I just be exploring like one of the images, like mid deck, main deck, stuff like that, or?
I'm not gonna give you the whole deck, no.
You could go like sneaking around and maybe go into like the officers' quarters or areas you're not supposed to go into.
Take a look. Like you could like go down and see if like somebody left something out in like a part of the crew quarters, maybe. You know, make a perception check to see if like you
Tell me
find
what
something that
you
somebody
want,
just sort of
Will.
dropped.
Tell me what you're
Okay,
looking for. If you want
you
to
know what?
sneak, we
Nah,
can sneak, and then you can tell me what you're looking for.
nah. I'm just gonna work diligently.
Okay.
Save that for another time. I'm going to take +4 on my Constitution.
Okay. Give me your
So
sailor.
let's see, sailor. After the rolls that I've been having with that last nighttime action, I don't trust myself. And now my Constitution to avoid being fatigued. Yeah. I needed that +4.
You did. Okay. I mean, you're up in the mainsails, which mean, you're on main deck. It's not bad. Better than some people. Some people are going around catching rats today. You get to see the sun all day at least.
Take a brief moment every now and then to just enjoy the horizon.
Enjoy the little things, man, while you can. It'll save you in the long run. Well, Lavina, what action is she taking today?
She's gonna work diligently.
Hmm. Okay. Give me your check. Nice.
I gotta make sure I look good for when one of the officers just mysteriously dies.
Speaking of people mysteriously dying,
Oh shit.
no, I'm not mysteriously killing anyone.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh no, time for the backup, because Little Lease was originally my backup concept.
A few hours into your shifts, Mr. Plug, you hear him coming up the stairs. Not Mr. Plug, but a big, almost naked man behind him in manacles, covered in tattoos, a shaved head, and a dumb look on his face. The man gets brought out onto the main deck, and you hear mutterings around you. This creature's name is Owlbear. He's Mr. Plug's pet. If you've ever gotten too close to the stairs that lead to the officer's cabin, you might have heard him or maybe even seen a foot. But now you're seeing him be brought out for what Mr. Plug is calling a bit of sport. And you see that Mr. Plug begins to, as a crowd forms, kind of go around in this, and like artificially creating this circle just with his presence, with Owlbear there. And he points over at Lavina and says, "One bare knuckle fight or wrestling match. No magic, no tricks, no weapons. Last one conscious wins. To make it interesting, you see him, he takes a coin pouch off of his belt, throws it on the ground just in front of him. 100 gold pieces. I wager them on Owlbear."
Oh shit. And he's
Uh,
pointing at Lavina specifically?
Mm-hmm.
I'll step forward and Lavina step forward and rolls her shoulders and squares up.
Give me a knowledge local check if you want to know anything about Owlbear.
Could I do that as well?
Yeah. Anyone can do
All
it.
right.
You see, you assume that I have any knowledge whatsoever.
Hey, I got
You
a
assume I'm
15.
talking about you.
Yay for yay for bardic knowledge class feature.
Yeah, he looks like he's a local, somewhere within the region. He's pretty tanned though, so he might be from farther south, but around his head it seems to indicate otherwise. Something worthy of note, as you kind of see him step into his own space, is that like part of this man's body has been recently like tarred and feathered.
Oh,
Mm.
Annalise looks at this man, looks at Plug, looks at this man again, and just is like, her expression darkens significantly. She already did not like Plug. She now actually before that. So he's Mr. Plug's like pet. Does he like so he's been tarred and feathered recently. Is he like wearing like a collar or like chains or anything?
Yeah, he has a collar on. He's been freed of the chains that he was brought up in.
Oh jeez. Okay, yeah. Linelise, like there's like they're normally somewhat intimidating. Like there is for at least a moment there's like this death glare at Plug as she sees.
Yeah, and looking at this man, he's big. He's got fists that I would only describe as meaty. And you're about to bare knuckle fist fight him or have an arm wrestling competition with him. So feel free to decide which one you want, Lavina.
Fist fight.
Yeah, fist fight? Okay.
Fist fight.
Let's do it. You can stay right where you are. Actually, I'd say move up just a teeny bit.
Oh man, he's got like little crabs in his fist in that art.
He's got
I'm
a
not
little
winning
Rick
any-
and Morty portal in like his hand. He gets all his crabs from.
Strength is not my strong suit. Much better
Yeah.
at fist fighting.
Yeah. Linelise would have also been good for this. Yeah, that's go Lavina. Kick some butt.
Correct. Wanna roll initiative?
Avon's just up on
let's-
Avon's up on a rigging questioning on who will win, like asking.
Everyone here can make bets as well. If you want to gamble, feel free. Nice.
Only thing I got is my butcher's cleaver.
That I think Rebecca might have taken back. I'm not sure on that one though. I'll let you hold on to it for now, but you might not have it next session.
Oh.
Because Kroop did say that she can only borrow it. She can't hold on to it for that long. Lavina, Albert, he starts circling with you. This little square that you guys are in. Basically like you can't space players out. Don't go past players if you're moving around in that kind of shape.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can catch him. Gonna see if I can throw a hook and catch him on a side that's tarred and feathered. See if that skins any tender.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
I'm gonna ask you to re-roll.
Oh no, because it wasn't flat-footed.
Not just for that, but that is part of it.
What is the other part?
I was gonna ask you to make a skill check before you rolled.
Oh. Alright.
That's so good.
Give me a perception check or a sense motive.
Hmm? I'm guessing only she can make these kind of checks.
Yeah. Okay, so as you're circling around with Owlbear at the beginning of this fight, you begin to realize that he's got some pretty slow punches. They're heavy. You don't want to get hit by them. But they're pretty slow for a man his size. And it looks like he's blind in his left eye. You noticed a few times you're throwing jabs, you could get him in a place that he should have been able to block, but not with an eye like that.
Alright. So. Yeah, I meant to do. So, he's flat-footed. He is flat-footed. Let me see. What do I want to do?
Hit him's not a bad idea.
Well, I do have 2-weapon fighting. So
You could
it-
like try to double hit him with your fists. Is that what you're thinking?
yeah.
A good old one. Give him a good old 1-2.
So give him gets his flat-footed AC. That might be worth doing, although my bonus to hit isn't good. Alright. So I think I'll just go for a regular punch.
Unarmed attacks aren't considered weapons. You have something that changes that?
No.
Then you can't two-weapon fight with your fist.
Hmm. Oh well. So I'll just gotta make this flat-footed.
Otherwise, you would be able to imitate Flurry of Blows. It would be a shitty imitation, but it would still make Flurry of Blows worse.
Because remember, monks aren't supposed to be good. Bad joke, I guess.
I mean, Flurry just imitates 2-weapon fighting. So we'll go ahead. How do I make this against this flat-footed AC? I haven't done this before.
Modifiers box below the Keller palette box. Top right.
Ah. Effects flat-footed. That's not who I wanted to put that on. You want me to put it on him instead of? All right.
You can, if you do
No.
the modifiers, you can just click flat-footed, and
You went
it'll
to
apply to your next attack.
effects. That's not modifiers. That's the effects box. If you hover over them, they tell you the name. I didn't want you to do that.
Oh, my bad. Wrong one. Against flat-footed. So, one punch.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna punch him on that tarred skin.
Okay.
See if I can't make him howl in pain. That'll be my turn.
Nice. Owlbear's gonna try and strike you back with one of those big clumsy blows. Gets a good torso punch on you.
My kidneys.
Round 2.
Let's see if we can't catch him with an uppercut.
Also,
Nah.
you need to adjust your unarmed to do non-lethal as a default. Because it doesn't have that built in. You have to click on the microscope next to the weapon on the actions tab. And
Be under properties.
no, it would
must
be
have
under type for the damage.
Hmm.
And no caps, no spaces, non-lethal.
Pretty sure I misspelled that because I can't speak English.
It's fair. It should be under the properties for your weapon, so just copy that.
Oh, it just looks weird spelled.
Because you added an A.
Yep. There we go.
Nice. Next time you do damage, it will be non-lethal.
Like right now. Can I land a blow? No. Hmm.
Owlbear's gonna try and hit you back as he dodges out of the way of a couple of your blows. Let's see if one of his gets in. Another solid punch. You're starting to feel it now. Round 3. You just
I gotta go for a haymaker. I refuse to lose like this.
You've only been in for 12 seconds.
That doesn't change anything.
Okay. That didn't
Is
get
there
done
any-
right.
Oh, it should be lethal, not lethal. It should be an A, not an E. Second one.
English is my second language, I swear. I wish that was an excuse I could hide behind. So then I need to re-roll that.
No, I got it. I didn't make you reroll the last one.
Alright. That's my turn.
Okay.
Very underwhelming blow.
Owlbear's gonna try and trade with you.
Oh boy, Owlbear has rolled well.
Ouch.
Lavina goes down with the fourth shot. Slow motion, head flies back, nose bleeding, blood following. Then you hear a sack of potatoes hit the ground.
Thud.
They're just cheering erupts from the crowd around you. Owlbear raises both his fist up and just roars. Ah! Those of you that are conscious can see Mr. Plug pick his coin back up.
Haven looks over at the rigger next to him. That guy looks tough.
That was the main event for the day.
Nice.
I think we jump over to nighttime actions, and you'll have healed like half your subdual and all your wounds, Lavina. You can just adjust manually. And we'll start up top with Riggers. I believe Avon is up first.
Alrighty, nighttime actions. I think Avon's gonna do what he does best. He's gonna try to find someone new to influence. I think because he's someone who was originally one of the bullies, but was smart enough to duck out when things got lethal, he's gonna go find that Sly fella. Forget his name.
Her, right? Wasn't Sly one of the women?
Was he? I'm sorry. Did I?
I think it was Sly and Aretta were the women. I think I asked about that last time.
Yeah, Slippery Sly is a woman.
Okay.
From what you can gather, she's kind of like, of all the people that you have a direct conflict with, she's like the craziest one. And
Yeah.
like pretty much everyone on the ship knows that she's a pirate because she was accused of like over a dozen counts of murder in
Oh shit.
yeah.
This is the person Avon needs to befriend.
She's actually been to Cheliac. She escaped from the gallows there. It was like a legitimate, truthful story of killing a bunch of people after being caught as a pirate.
Oh, this is it. Everybody needs that one crazy friend, and this one's it. Let's do it.
you want to talk to her, you can.
Yeah, he's going to what's she doing right now?
As she normally is, she's hanging out with like Master Scourge and Narwhal and Dips.
Oh.
Oh, do we need to roll for our rum?
Yeah, do
Oh
rum.
yeah.
Rum.
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 Good job, guys. You're all good. Give me your alchemicals. Alchemical. Alchemical.
That kind of sucked. I don't get no bonuses tonight. I'm going to try to befriend one of the crazies.
Okay.
I walk up over and I kind of tap Sly on the shoulder and be like,
Here,
I
how
heard
about
you have
this?
some very
Maybe since you're doing your action first in our like canonical order, you guys could be like on your way down to the mid deck to get your drinks. You could be walking down there.
okay, yeah, I catch up to her while we're getting in line or something. Be like, hey, I heard you had some very interesting stories to tell. You mind if we mind if after we get our drinks we kind of find a corner and you tell me about some of them?
Just give me the check.
Do what?
I need the check early on for this character.
Oh, diplomacy?
If that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Come on, Avon.
It's an unhinged murderer that hates you.
Not terrible.
No, not terrible at all. But she does hate you, so it was a DC 25 plus
Eh,
plus charisma modifier.
damn
Which
it.
for her isn't great, but that's still enough for you to have prompted her to violence with just that one sentence.
Oh, uh-oh.
Good thing Ava's not above hitting a woman.
Get you in a fist fight with a pirate. Good old slippery Sly. I think that's how they spelt it. I feel like they spelt her last name weird for some reason. Oh. Pirate.
Like with an E on the end of it.
Can I get initiative, Avon?
Yes, you may.
Oh, Lonigan. Huh.
I haven't seen it spelt that way, but I guess it works.
I actually know someone named that.
Is it Irish?
I'm pretty sure it is. And the way I'd seen it spelled had two N's.
Yeah, that's the boat I'm in. Okay, you want to give me perception check?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she is gonna surprise you.
My rolls have been shit tonight. Like, oh my god.
Same.
I think I've rolled above a 10 once tonight.
Well, my rolls weren't terrible. Owlbear, just ugh.
Well, I mean, I
What-
think that him being blind, maybe you could have like tried to like get to his left or something, because they said he was blind to his left eye. Maybe would have done something in the fight, or some like trickery. Yeah, he hits like a truck.
Yeah, there were potential things that could have been done to deal with that fight, but you shouldn't feel bad about it. It's a tough fight. It's about 50
Levinas, though.
it's about 50-50 whether or not you succeed that fight, and it's like a really good event to succeed, so it's rough.
Wanted to get my other gauntlet back.
Yeah, the 100 gold is just fucking great.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, Lilies would have loved to have fought, because if she'd won, she could have bought her axe back.
Come to think of it, that does lead to the fact that I don't think we've ever actually established Grok's prices before.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
We
No
haven't.
no one's really ever had any money, so nobody even bothered to ask.
Yeah. And these are coded for non-lethal. Nice. So that would be surprise round, and then she's up first on initiative, so she's gonna hit you again. She's gonna hit you twice.
Kasud.
Bad as I'm still wounded. So that factors in pretty bad too. Right?
And then you would be up.
Taking 2 shots straight to the jaw. Avid kind of just moves his jaw around, pops it back in place, be like, pirates always respond with their fists. He's going to clap back with a strike of his own. There we go. That's something. That wasn't. So yeah, he's going to slam his fist into her gut, cause her to bow over a little bit in pain.
She like recovers from it. You see her upchuck a teeny bit, and then she's gonna try and strike you again.
Ooh.
Staggered.
Yeah, the wounds I still have on me is playing into her advantage hard. All right, so now he's on his last legs. Avid's gonna kind of wipe some of the blood off his chin, kind of stagger around a bit and just go for a haymaker.
Well, we could have a double KO. That would be great.
Oof.
Cause she's hurting pretty good too.
Slams her
Nobody's
right,
looking good in this fight.
slams her right across the head, right across the side of the cheek. Knocks her foot back. It goes, your turn.
You're, oh, gee. Ah.
Guy.
Oh!
Oh,
Managed
hey,
to
you
block
might
her next
win.
few blows.
She goes for the blow, and he ducks underneath and comes up with an uppercut. Okay. And slams her right in the bottom of the jaw, almost knocks her off her feet.
I love that you're both staggered.
Oh! No way! I didn't think I was gonna win this.
I actually was betting on you not.
The dice giveth, the dice taketh away.
Yeah, he once again barely manages to sidestep out of the way of her next strike, and boxer style goes in for a close haymaker. Oh damn! I
Yeah, but
knew.
that's the thing. Sometimes your dice also aren't good.
Yep. Yep. She barely got me. Fuck.
It only took 30 seconds for this fight to conclude itself, but in those 30 seconds, a crowd had already gathered on the main deck of about a dozen of the people working on the ship as they watched Avon and Slippery Sly fight their way about by the main mass, and eventually, after multiple blows being traded, Avon went down.
But he gave a pretty good accounting of himself.
I feel satisfied with that fight, even if I lost. Giving a like blood like a full fledged pirate a run for her money, I'd consider that a win. Well, there went my nighttime.
Lavina?
I am night.
All right, so my plans are intact. So, the thing is, this is literally just happened basically the second we got our drinks.
Wait, why is I thought I... Oh, that's subdual damage. I'm sorry. Misread.
Yeah. I don't think Lavina will take any nighttime actions if she's just absolutely fuming over the fact that she lost to that thing.
As an alternative, you can just go rest and get extra rest time.
That's what she'll do.
Cool. Then you can get rid of all your subdual. You're good. Even before proper bedtime starts, you're good.
I'm gonna murder that.
Linelise?
Alright, so... Okay, Linelise is going to go seek out her, Linelise is going to go and talk to... She's going to go seek out and talk to the woman who she had healed after the incident in the bilges before.
The woman that
Whipping.
it sounds like you don't remember?
I don't think I ever got her name.
That's fair. Do you remember anything about her?
She was in the bilges with Linelise. She didn't roll particularly well on her check and ended up getting whipped for it. Linelise healed her. She did not look particularly happy and rolled to resist and rolled a save against the. She looked like she walked with sort of a unsteady, like sort of limping walk, I believe you said, and sort of walked away after that. After said that no one did whipped.
Yeah, you can go find her if you want to.
That would be one. I'm just not. Annalise has had some interesting interactions with people. Would she do that, or would she? Because the other one I think she, she attempted to do is go try to talk to the lady who just punched Avon out.
God, I'm wishing I had won that fight.
Actually, no. She's gonna go and she's gonna try to talk to the lady who had just punched Avon out. Slippery Sly. After Slippery Sly got her drink.
Okay.
And she'll sort of laugh and she'll be like, "Yeah, saw you take Avon down. Really is a bit of a pushover." But
You.
I think maybe we should lead our influences with roles. I wouldn't let them affect the way you're behaving, but I would like to know the roles in advance.
sure.
You roll poorly enough for that to be relevant.
It's been noteworthy recently. Nice.
And that is her influence role. That's what she was. So she was gonna go over and she was going to be like, "I saw you beat up Avon. Yeah, he can be a bit of a pushover. The thing is, if you mess with him, you also mess with me. And I floored Japes. I slaughtered those rats. And if you know what's good for you, you're not gonna pick any you're not gonna get in fights with my friend, and you'll actually come and think about joining up with me, because I can do a lot more than those goons you hang with." Oh, sorry, she wouldn't say goons. Than those thugs you hang with, you work with. She sort of flashes that toothy grin in what is sort of intimidating, but also, as she says it, she's extending the offer open,
And
accepting her into
intimidatingly
the
welcome.
fold. Yeah.
I've been around the crew for a very long time. I've seen what your friends can do. I've even seen a little bit of what you can do. Here, gulp very slowly.
So, okay. So, she's little Elise nods. Just keep it in mind, and as long as you do that, door's open if you want to work with us. And believe me, the way you floored Avon was pretty impressive. And she sort of laughs and bids Slippery Sly a farewell, heading off. Comments?
Slide nods at you as you walk away. You feel, even when you turn your head, you feel like she's watching you.
Right. And Linelise is, if no one has helped Avon back to bed, Linelise is going to sort of lift Avon up and try and carry him back down and put him in his bed.
Yeah, I'm sure Avon would have been brought down by some people behind him. You don't just, like, if someone on the crew does that, you don't just leave them there.
Okay.
Because you can be counted as liable for a death if they get left in front of you.
Ah.
So if it's like
Avon's head just kind of leans against one of the people bringing him in, and just the slightest bit of dribble just drools down his arm.
probably smells funny because it's like outsider dribble.
Oh yeah, it's outsider dribble.
Smells slightly of like deep
Catfish.
sea. Catfish. There we go. Yeah, catfish. Smells slightly of fish.
I like the fact that that Linalise squished a giant isopod.
Yeah. Oh, our little nod right there.
Yep. Yeah, but that'll be it for Linalise. She feels pretty good about that interaction.
I think that's fair. It's a rough day for you guys. I'm kind of sorry about that. I mean, I like the story that came out of it, but it was rough.
And I'm really glad though that Avon did that, and that gave Linalise the sort of perfect. Yeah, that's what she would do. She's on good terms with Avon. She likes Avon, and that gave her a perfect opportunity to go and try to working in on one of the people who she knows is in that group, that sort of clique.
At Avon's expense, apparently.
Hey, well, okay, to be fair, it was the opening given. She took the opening given, and she did beat you in a fight.
Barely.
You fought well, though. You did.
It was a good fight.
Keep in mind, if she had full health, I had 3 wounds.
Yeah, I know.
There's a possibility that I could have won that fight.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Can I get a fortitude save, Steven?
Oh boy.
I'm also going to be grabbing one from King. Oof, he got a 4 again. Okay.
Oh, great.
You want to roll me a D3? We'll do D3s for each of you. Oh. Okay, that's 3 dexterity damage for both of you.
Oof.
And then we're going to roll one more D3.
I take it Avon just barely made his save.
Also, might not have onset yet.
True.
I'm scared to roll this one because this is the really bad one.
Yeah, you guys are dealing with filth fever right now. Okay, only 2 con damage for both of you. Consistency, I appreciate that.
Joy. That's gonna make it even hard. That's gonna make it harder for her to make her saves. Oh wait, no, she'll heal 1 overnight. So I guess, yeah. Oh boy. Oh, filth fever.
Oh, and I should have done a long night's rest before. I didn't, so you're going to have to re-put those numbers back in. Because they're going to bring them down by 1.
I guess because the onset was in the morning, not at night, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least doesn't feel great. She's felt worse. She definitely doesn't feel great as she wakes up.
Now you can see where it can be dangerous to be a drinker for some of you.
Yeah. So actually, that brings me to something, because yeah, shoot, the person who Linalise would go talk to, because she knows the person knows something about medical stuff, is Rebecca, but Rebecca's not here.
Rebecca could provide you with long-term care.
She could also provide a treat disease check.
Fair. Hmm. She's not gonna do that today, though. She could do that tonight.
Yeah. Oh. Just didn't know she was sick, so she would ask later today, like this evening, about it.
Yeah. On that note, I know it's really short, but I feel like we're about to get to some really important stuff, especially with these diseases popping up and you guys losing the fight. I think it would be best if we did a shorter session today. I know it's really short, but it's kind of big, and I don't want to like potentially kill off a character while the player's not here.
So end it now, you saying?
I think it would be best if we did it, ending it now.
All right.
Understandable.
Well, yeah, I stand.
I'm sorry.
I'm fine.
If you guys can make it, like if we can all make it at some point during the week, I'm willing to get some extra time in. Otherwise, I'll just add it on. I'm sorry. I don't. I think it would be best. I'm not saying we have to, but if everyone's okay with
it's
it.
completely fair. It's fair, and it'd be better not to do too much without Claire, because she's been really into it and a great party member. And we don't know we haven't had too much of Patrick, but he seemed fun last session. And probably be better to have him around.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna do the thing where we just 30 minutes from now to tell Claire that her character's dead, because that'd just be great.
No.